Hey guys, I'm M.A.D.D.Y. But today we are here with this. No, not Distractible. Go! My favorite sports team. I almost forgot how to do this. It's been a while since I actually did this. I am now back from my vacation slash grieving from New York, and we're just gonna get back into it. Instead of playing Jedi Survivor, because I'm almost done with it, and I can probably look up where to find the seeds and everything and all the other stuff that needs to be done to make it like 100% complete. I am gonna play Roblox for you guys. Specifically, I'm gonna play Theme Park Tycoon 2, which is a Roblox thing that I actually love, playing. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have probably my face on one side, the guy's face on another, and this on another. I'm gonna see how this works out. But if it doesn't work out, just know if you don't see the Roblox gaming footage, just know I am playing Roblox instead of playing Jedi Survivor. So without one being said, let's dive into the skiing primer. Ooh. I thought we did the skiing primer. Maybe it was a snowboarding. I'm probably remembering wrong.
Welcome to
That's a
Go! My favorite sports team.
Thank you.
My name is Mark. I don't know a thing about sports. It's a confession.
Okay.
I've never known anything.
Never?
I'm a liar. This podcast is a sham. And you all should unsubscribe right now because there's no truth in anything that we say on this podcast. I am not a sport knower. Go my favorite sport team? I don't have one. It's all a lie. And my fellow liar is Tyler. He doesn't know sports either.
I'm not a liar.
We're a travesty.
I'm a sporter. I've done the sports.
Does that sound
sporty
like
guy.
the words of someone who knows sports? No, not at all. Not even a little bit. What do you have to say for yourself?
I have to say that I do know sports. I have a master's degree in sport administration that I earned many years ago. And
That he has never shown on this podcast once. You would think that after we jumped to video, he would have shown it. But he didn't, and he won't, because it doesn't exist.
told you, it's in Ohio, and my dad can't find it. I know where it
Yeah.
is, but he just doesn't know where to look.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know where to look. Well, I guess this is the end for us. We had a good run. We sold a lot of merch. And we'll be shutting everything down. We'll be deleting the YouTube channel. We apologize for everything that we've done to mislead you. Yada, yada, yada. Well, goodbye.
It's so great that you started this by saying that you're a liar, so then what you're saying is clearly a lie. But if you're telling the truth, then how would they know? They're stuck in the conundrum of what is true, that you said you're a liar, or whether that you are telling the truth when you're saying everything's going to shut down.
I'll never tell.
It's a trap.
It is a trap.
It's what
It's a trap.
I've determined from this, is it's been a trap the whole time.
Yeah, would a sport wearer have this sweet sport headband?
I was going to ask you about that.
I was
Is that
gonna
just
ask you about that.
just a recent development you decided to wear today?
No, I've actually been wearing it for a while. It's not a sport headband at all. It's one of Amy's headbands. But when I'm editing, for some reason, it makes me feel like I go edit mode. If I put this on and I'm just like, oh, it's time to go. I imagine that people who play sports feel the same way, but I wouldn't know because lies.
Yeah, I have a headband that's worn out that I used to wear, but not during sports.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark, how are you today?
I'm very tired.
I relate. I had another trouble sleeping night. It's been kind of weird.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you've just been working your butt off. I just can't sleep.
Yeah, well, I feel like at some point here I'll be done working, but the truth is that I'm not. So I keep working. But you could sleep at any time. So what's your excuse?
I'm working hard too. I'm doing my YouTube channel. I'm doing music. I'm doing a whole bunch of shit.
I said sleep.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just not sleeping.
You could sleep at any time.
It just my brain is not shutting off when I try and go to bed at night.
Melatonin?
I should. That's my goal for tonight. That's probably what I'm going to do tonight.
That's your goal for tonight? Do you not do melatonin ever?
Very rarely, because if you do it too frequently, your body stops developing it.
Ah, lies. My body never developed it in the first place.
Whoa, your camera like froze for a second. Now you're like blurry on my end.
No, I have gigabit internet.
So do I.
Fuck you. Fuck you. It took me so long to get it. Let me enjoy it.
Anyway, recent sporting news that's really interesting. It's the one thing, it's actually a meme. It's going around. It's really funny. So Ohtani, who's the pitcher for the Anaheim Angels, took a picture with his teammate, Mike Trout. And it's really interesting because Ohtani struck out Trout in the baseball classic, the World Baseball Classic, right? And it was the last out of Japan versus the U.S. Well, in the picture, Mike looks really disappointed, and Ohtani's there with his translator, and they're both smiling and happy, and they're holding up these signed cards. Well, the cards are a picture of Ohtani striking out Mike Trout, and they're signed by Ohtani and Mike Trout, and they're all holding it up, and Mike just looks completely defeated while they're so happy, and it's really funny.
I was trying so desperately to follow. I was trying to Google. I don't know how to spell any of their names, and I didn't get anywhere. So Mike Trout, Ohtani. What did you just say?
Mike Trout and Ohtani took a picture together. Holding baseball cards. I'm trying to find it by Googling it. I've seen it all over social media, so I don't know if it's going to immediately come up on Google.
Oh. That's cool.
They took a picture together with Ohtani's translator holding up the signed autograph cards depicting the historic moment where Japan beat the United States in the World Baseball Classic. Because Ohtani was on Japan pitching to Mike Trout, who was the final out that he struck out to end the game.
So, them shaking hands means they're friends now when they should be enemies.
They're on the same team for Major League Baseball.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so they took the picture together because they both signed the depiction. But obviously Mike, who was on the losing end of the memory that's depicted on the card, looks defeated. He's sad. Because in that moment, he struck out.
So it's
to his
mocking.
teammate.
I see.
Yeah.
Now I get the humor.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Sports is fun. Sports is great. I love sports. Man, that's a lot of lore to have to know to get why a picture's interesting. But I guess that's the way memes go too. You gotta know the history of memes to be able to follow the memes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the fun sport news that I have right now. Other than the NFL preseason has kicked off, which is really cool because football is coming back in the United States. People are yelling at me about doing world news stuff, and there's no world news outlet that really shows me anything outside the United States sports-wise.
We should do live streams for these recordings, and then the audience will be our researchers. Like most of the things that we do on this podcast, we offload all of the work and actual content gathering to the people listening. Therefore, we have to do nothing.
I like this.
Well, that's what I do. That's what I do every week. I don't bring anything sport related. I pick some accuses out of a hat and I yell at people. That's what I do. I do have a TikTok update.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I posted a TikTok, and this is what it like layers of memes. So there was this filter that I had talked about with Bob and Wade, called like aged and then old but crispy baby. And I liked old but crispy baby because I thought it was like great meme potential. But then when I recorded it, by the time I posted it, they took that filter down. So when I posted it, I thought it was a bug, and I was like, oh shit, it didn't link the the filter. So I deleted my post so I could like relink it. But then by the time I tried to relink it, it was gone and it wasn't there anymore because, and also I forgot that if you relink it, it's saved. When it saves to your device, it has that stupid TikTok banner, and then you can't link a filter again. So everyone just thought I was nuts. Everyone thought I was crazy. I was like horrifically depressed, like remembering my dad because I made a dead dad joke, and everyone like what I was trying to do is just like the crispy baby filter makes you look like a madman. So I climbed up on my roof and I was like, this is gonna be hilarious. And everyone was just like, oh, is he okay? And I was just like, I swear I had a goof here. Anyway, so now
I saw the post and I liked it, and then I was like, wait, why did it go away? And then
I look like a crazy person. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, that's it.
it's fair. It's fair.
That's all I have to say about that.
All right. Well, today we are actually rewarding our audience member, particularly the one that set the bar with a eloquent j'accuse. And we are giving them what they asked for.
Okay, so no other j'accuses? All right, everyone else who made a j'accuse, you gotta wait. We're honoring that one j'accuse still. To this day, you have not exceeded them.
We're honoring them by doing the skiing primer.
Didn't we already do that?
No, we did not do that. That's the one that the episode that you hijacked and blocked from ever happening.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we did that.
I'm pretty sure we didn't.
I'm pretty sure we
didn't.
Let me look up some new hijacking material. Listen. We just can't do it. We can't do it, man. We can't. How can you give people what they want? You can't do it. You can never reward them because then they'll have expectations and they'll expect rewards coming in. And then they'll just like pander. They'll cater to what you're doing. And you don't want that. Ooh, interesting new segue diversion. Man bitten by stray cat contracts bacterial infection unknown to science. Don't you want to hear about that?
It's not sports related.
But it could be.
Was the cat in a race?
No, what if he's like an athlete and it really hampers his career, and he's 48. I doubt it.
We already did the injuries and illness episode.
Well, you love talking about football 10,000 times, so we could talk about injuries a few more times.
Mark.
What?
You've skied before.
You can't prove that.
You went there with your foreign exchange student friend.
No, I didn't go with him. He went separately. I just saw him there. And I went, hey, remember me, the guy you live with? And he ignored me, so that's...
He was probably on a date, you know?
No, he wasn't. He was actually with all, like, the cool kids, and they were skiing up, and they were laughing really loudly, and I was laughing too, but farther away, on a different hill.
Were there tears beneath the laughter?
Tears can't stay liquid in the snow, so... So no one knew. No, I don't know.
Yeah, but you've skied before, and I'm curious how the actual act of skiing went for you.
Look, skiing's a very traumatic time for me. I would appreciate it if you put a trigger warning and then also shut up and delete this because it offends me.
Your j'accuse isn't eloquent enough. Well, there's several types of skiing, Mark. The one that you've probably done was downhill.
God, here we go. What, uphill skiing? Are you saying there's
no,
uphill
cross
skiing?
country.
Is that what you're saying? Oh,
cross country is uphill. You can ski uphill.
Skiing, uphill skiing, into hill skiing. What next?
All right, maybe there's 3 types. The other one is freestyle, where you do tricks and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's another type. So downhill, obviously, you go down. You need speed. Racers go down slope. Use gravity. Go fast.
Okay, I'm not an idiot. Just because I got a headband like a sports guy doesn't mean I have the brain of one, okay?
All right, cross country.
I'm desperately looking up anything to get out of this skiing
Racers
nonsense.
traverse a course using their own power. They walk with skis and skate on the skis. They go up and downhill to traverse terrain that is difficult and snowy.
See, this is why we need to do these live, because then I could pull the audience to see what they want to hear about more. They want to hear about this bacterial infection that I am learning so much about.
No. See, in recent news, Michaela Schifrin reset the women's alpine skiing World Cup wins record with her 83rd career victory, breaking her tie with the famous Lindsey Vonn.
83?
83 victories.
How many competitions are there a year?
I don't know, a lot.
How long has she been skiing?
This is the World Cup wins record.
World Cup seems like there would be even less.
There's multiple events that occur at the World Cup, so like giant slalom, there's slalom,
gotcha.
you know. But she broke her tie with her 83rd career victory. The record previously held by Lindsey Vonn, and this took place in Italy on January 24th of this year.
Okay.
And then she officially tied Lindsey Vonn for the female record with her 137th career podium, taking third place at the slalom at the World Cup finals on March 18th of
By
this year.
podium, you mean she was able to stand on the podium?
Yes, so first, second, third, I believe, is considered the podium for most things.
Even I know that. You don't need to specify. If people don't know that, then they don't even know anything outside of sports.
You're right about that.
Act 1, Mark.
Okay.
The first skiers.
Guys, I tried to stop it.
Nope, it's happening. It's
I
happening.
tried to stop.
When do you think people started skiing? How far back?
Well, we covered this in the snowboarding primer, which was a much more thorough and comprehensive explanation of snowbound hill sports. It was that guy who was running away from the Yeti by taking a tree, and he ripped it in half, I believe, and then he put one, threw the other one away. Didn't need it. Because inferior. Two, who did two and you did one good. You put that on your 2 feet, 1 for 2. Great deal. Buy one, get 2. Easy. Bargain. The Yeti's coming, don't have time for 2. Gotta go down the hill. And then he thought about skiing then, actually. But he was like, that's a dumb idea. I don't ever want to do that. And then he threw the other log away at the Yeti. And then the Yeti died.
Oh.
And then he got away. And he did some sick flips on the way down.
Well, you're pretty accurate in the sense of it was a long time ago.
I knew it.
The earliest accounts of skiing date back to the last ice age, which is over 10,000 years ago.
I knew it.
With archaeological evidence suggests that early human ancestors were skiing over 22,000 years ago.
I knew it.
Strapping sticks to their feet in order to travel and hunt during the Ice Age.
I knew it.
Even beyond the Ice Age. Skis were still used in colder climates, and the oldest ski fragments have been found to date back to 6000 BCE Russia. And in 2014, Norwegian archaeologists found a pair of wooden skis that had been frozen in ice at the top of a mountain for over 1,300 years. I wonder if there's a person attached to those skis. Just like a frozen man in the ice cube. Oh, they're strapped on! The skis, early skis!
I highly doubt it, but that's hilarious because I'd like to think that they just like Looney Tunes style went into an iceberg just like and then froze there, so they've got to be like fully splayed out. That's what one can hope.
It would be a great picture.
It would be a great picture.
Do you think, like, remnants in ice were the instigators or the inspiration for ice sculpting? Like, they just didn't want to crack into the person. They were, like, carving around and then let them melt afterwards.
Look, let me come up with the ridiculous bullshit. You stick to the sport. I got one job here, and that's to come up with useless bullshit to throw us off. I do. My territory.
You've been struggling today. I thought I'd try and help.
I have been killing it with the distractions. Not distractions patented. With the go away from this thought processes. You know. Gaff. You know, I always love a good gaff. You know, go away from this gaff. This thought processes. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, the first records of non-military organized ski races.
It's always military. I want some sport that didn't start from some army.
We'll find one somewhere.
Yeah, well, we haven't found one yet. Actually, it's weird because every single time that we talk about some going down a snowy hill on some device, which we've done sledding, bobsledding, shield sledding, snowboarding, all of this starts with some army. What is it about snow and military?
I don't know. They really need to traverse mountains and go fast and take out the enemies. But apparently, there are records of Norwegian troops using skis as far back as the Battle of Oslo in 1161.
The Battle of Oslo. All right. I don't mean to make fun of that. That probably was a very intense battle. I don't know why. That's where I draw my line of like, Oslo. Yeah, right. Whatever.
So it was fought outside Oslo. It was the night of the 3rd of February.
Where?
1161. Between Håkon II of Norway and Inge I of Norway during the Civil War area. As the son of Igerger Ragnarur and King Harald Silly. No, wait, that's not an S, that's a G.
What are you trying to say?
King Harald Gilly Ing had been named King of Norway.
Here, send it to me. Send it to me.
I'm sending this to you.
I'll get it. I'll figure this out.
I believe in you.
All right, where's this coming from? Where is this?
Right here.
Okay. All right. Man, what country is this from? Jesus, what are these names? Okay, the Battle of Oslo was fought outside of Oslo on the night of 3 Feb 1161 between Håkon II and Norway of Ing I of Norway. Norway hated Norway during the Civil War era in Norway. Hey, there you go. Anyway, as the son of Ingrid Ragnvald's daughter, daughter of Ragnvald, and King Harald Gilly, making him the only legitimate son of Gilly as we know. Ing had been named King of Norway after Gilly was killed by Sigurd Slemby. Two half-brothers, Magnus and Sigurd, also kings of 3 ruled Norway by 1157. Ing's brother were dead. That's before that happened. 1161 was the first one, and then 1157, this is BC. Sole remaining ruler of Norway, Håkon II, illegitimate son of Gilly, as we know, then contested Ing's rule in the Battle of Oslo. What does this have to do with skiing? What does this have to do with skiing?
The skiing happened during this battle that I imagine was them getting skis and slapping them on and sliding down the mountain to battle each other, and people died.
How do you know?
I don't know. It's just that's the excerpt that I have here. That this was written a long time ago. You know, just about as old as this battle was. That's how long this episode was written.
Oh, interesting. So you've been sitting on this for a while?
Yeah. You know, because you had a hostile hijacking of an episode.
I would never, and I definitely haven't tried this episode.
Anyway,
sure.
Modern skiing, you have cross country, which is the oldest modern race, being the Vasaloppet race in Sweden, which is a 90-kilometer race where competitors travel between Tallinn and Mora. But there's also a relay with a 30-kilometer and a 45-kilometer option. The first of these races took place in 1922. And 16,000 people participate each year.
Ooh.
And then you have downhill. Recreational skiing existed before the 1800s. It became popular sport activity in the 1800s, with modern downhill skiing dating back to the 1850s, when Norwegian skier Sondre Norheim popularized the use of willow skis with curved sides that had steer heel bands as bindings.
Steer heel? Wait, steers don't have...
Stiff.
Oh.
Did I say steer? What the heck?
You said steer.
I'm tired. I'm
tired.
My name is Tyler. It's closer to tired.
That does nothing to do with your state of being. It's a very temporary... Everyone gets tired.
No, only I do.
Doesn't matter how close your name is to it. You think Gilly, son of Hakum, could never be tired because it doesn't even close?
Do you think he's the inventor of the ghillie suit?
No! My job!
Anyway, Norwegian skier Sondre Norhelm popularized the use of willow skis with curved sides that had stiff heel bands on bindings.
Uh-huh.
And the first national competition in Norway was in 1868 and was won by, you guessed it, that same person with the bindings, Sondre Norheim.
Go Norheim, go, I guess.
Yep. So, ski equipment. Back in the day, they were made of wood, ash. They'd chop down the tree and race the eddy down the mountain.
Uh-huh.
But early skis were expensive, and hickory was a particularly difficult wood to work with, which led to the invention of the laminated ski in 1893, which was made of hickory or ash base with a layer of lighter spruce. But the glue used wasn't really waterproof, so the skis kind of fell apart sometimes.
You know what I imagine? Whenever you say wood names specifically, most of it goes over a lot of our heads, but there's some people out there, like there's a wood guy that's just thrilled every time you give specificity of wood. It's like train kids. There are videos on YouTube of just trains going through mountains, and they give full details of exactly what the train's specificity is. And I know that there's someone, and I know that when you do these analyses of the exact materials of all these sporting equipment, there's some guy out there that's like, yes, spruce. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm glad you do it for them because they get very little, and I appreciate it. That's what this podcast offers: specificity.
Well, in 1926, the segmented steel edge was invented for you to be able to carve into the edge and being able to steer better. But it also had a habit of breaking or losing screws, so skiers had to keep spare parts with them.
I see. Okay.
And then the 1930s and 40s, ski makers experimented with aluminum and layered wood skis, slowly improving earlier designs. By the 60s and 70s, fiberglass skis came about, and today's skis are made of multiple layers. Materials vary by manufacturer, but most skis have laminated wood. And they usually have fiberglass layers above and below the core piece of wood to strengthen it. Some have materials like Kevlar, titanium, and carbon fiber within them, with still having the steel edges to carve into the snow and the ice.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so they're designed to flex and everything. Currently, in the Olympics, there are over 20 Olympic ski events, with alpine skiing being downhill slalom, giant slalom, and super G and the super combined. Then you have the second type of skiing that I mentioned earlier, which is freestyle skiing, which is like your tricks and stuff. So you have aerials, moguls, ski cross, half pipe, slope style. And then cross country skiing has sprint, team sprint, and then 10 to 50K individual start, pursuit, and mass start, and then relay.
Was I supposed to remember those?
Then we have Nordic Combined. Nordic Combined, which is another version of skiing.
I'm just waiting for the episode where you actually quiz me on this information, and I'm just like, my entire career disintegrates before my eyes.
Nordic Combined combines downhill with cross country. So for the normal hill Gunderson, racers take a 90-meter normal ski jump hill and then head into a 10K cross-country race. The large hill, Gunderson, is the same as above, but the ski jump hill is bigger. It's 120 meters.
Of course.
And then there's Team Gunderson, which is also on the large hill.
Team Gunderson! Yay!
Then another ski type that we didn't mention, ski jumping, which is the one where they go off the ramp and they get all aerodynamic and fly through the air to go as far as they can and land.
We should do that one.
You need to
do that one.
That one's so dangerous.
What do you mean? Has anyone ever died doing it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well.
Fair enough.
All right, Act 2, after skimming as much through that as I could.
Okay. I think we covered all of it. Don't quiz me.
Time to ski, baby Mark.
Oh, no.
The mountain yetis have spoken.
Well, I know how to beat them. Idiots.
You need to build your skis.
Oh, they're talking to me? Oh, sorry, idiots. I love you. Why are they talking to me?
Because we are the Yeti folk of the mountain. You have wood, fiberglass, metal, elastomer.
Elastomer? Is that another wood?
It's an elastic or rubber-like material.
Oh.
Your skis must have a minimum length of 86 inches.
Oh, God, the measurements again. You got ruler? Do you have tape measure?
83 inches for women. Your components of the skis must have the nose, which is the front tip that keeps you from digging into the snow. So you curve it up so you can float over in case you run into fresh powder.
Okay.
There's the tail, which is the back. It can be flat or curved depending on how you design it. Do you want to ski backwards? You will want curved.
Do I? I've never done that before.
Probably not. We are prepping for downhill race.
Right. How often do people ski backwards?
Pretty often.
When?
In freestyle and some downhill stuff.
Okay.
My brother does it.
Oh, you have a brother. Mr. Yeti?
Yes, I have many brothers. I am Yeti.
Oh, okay.
The bottom of the ski that touches the snow is called the base. It's your contact points. You want to make sure to wax this so that you repel the water and glide over the snow nicely.
Teacher?
Yes.
Yeah, teacher. Where do I get wax?
From the beehives in the summer.
It's winter.
From the beehives in the winter that are dormant.
Okay.
You just find bees.
All right. Okay.
You have your contact points, which are usually the front and the back of the ski, just past the curve of the tip. And then you have your camber, which is the curve that helps lift you up off the ground. It helps distribute your weight between the nose and the tail, because if you press down, it's like a bow.
I don't even know if I can make this thing flat, let alone perfectly bowed.
Well, it's bowed so it distributes your weight across the whole ski instead of just being where your feet are.
Can I, borrow some?
I suppose we might be able to allow it.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if the bindings will fit you because they're Yeti bindings, but...
And I'm a bait. Well, then I could make my own... If I gotta make stuff, I'll make my own bindings, whatever that is. I feel like I could make that out of, cloth or, some
Yeah, you
tree
tie
bark.
it on or,
Okay, that feels more reasonable. I like that this is a discussion. It hasn't been that a lot
All right,
in my life. Which is a very short life because I'm a baby, but I've been asked to do a lot.
Okay, now we gathered your ski gear.
Okay.
Since you're borrowing skis, you just grab skis.
Oh, cool, thanks.
Yeah, they vary in size, so you...
Can I get, a pass, a yearly pass where I pay once and I get all the skis I want?
Yeah, Yeti Resort, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
You got hot chocolate?
Yeah, that's in the lodge.
All right, this is seeming pretty cool. All right. Did you know if you give water to a baby, it dies?
No.
All right, anyway, let's ski.
Good thing we have milk
Ugh.
and ice cream. All right, now you need boots. You need high-quality ski boots designed for speed.
You wanted to scream out, Yeti titties. Yeah, titties.
You need your poles because they help...
Right. Right.
and push you if you get stuck. But they're primarily used for you to be able to step in and turn.
I'm listening.
Your helmet, you got to protect your brain.
Ah.
Goggles, because at high speeds you don't want your eyes to dry out, and being able to see where you're going is important.
Yes.
If you're racing, you want a suit, which is an aerodynamic suit, much like lugers and other people wear. But to keep warm, you wear an aerodynamic speed suit designed to be skin tight and reduce drag.
Okay.
Luckily, you're with the Yetis because Part C is find a slope.
Aren't we on one?
Yep.
Usually I have these conversations at the top of mountains.
But there are slopes all over. You look for mountains, you look for hills. Some hills can have them, like a place you probably know about because you're from Ohio, Perfect North in Indiana.
It was in Indiana?
Yeah,
I never knew where it was.
it's like across the border.
Weird.
But there are slight variations in courses for downhill skiing, but you basically scan mountains.
See, this is where, I had this conversation with Wade where I don't remember ever having a class shirt. I don't remember that being offered to me. I don't remember that being a thing. I'm sure it exists, but I have so many big gaps in high school that I don't remember anything that occurred. So where was a class shirt offered? Where was this? Point in the school where?
It was ordered. It was you remember when we voted for our senior,
No, I don't. That's the thing too. I don't remember any of that stuff. When did that happen?
Did you skip homeroom or something?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember what homeroom was. Where I
It was
took
like where
homeroom.
you. It was
No,
like
I
where
know
you were.
what homeroom was. I don't remember being in it.
I think you like skipped out and went to like the music room or something.
Yeah, I had band stuff that I could. I think it was something where it's like I could take homeroom in for band. Like I could. I don't know why, but I missed out on apparently everything in school.
Yeah, apparently, because I have that shirt. It's back in Ohio. It's in a memorabilia box. I actually have a picture, an old picture of me wearing it. But anyway, there are slopes all over. If you have a mountain that gets snow, you'll probably be able to find a slope there. In the United States,
If you got a mountain, if anybody listening out there, your mountain, the mountain that you have.
yeah, you know, if you live near a mountain.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the most Olympic downhill slopes have a drop of 800 to 1,100 meters for men in the races, and 800 meters to 450 meters for the women's races.
Take that, women. I don't remember which one was farther.
The men have a steeper drop.
Can I go on the women's one?
Yes.
Okay, cool, good. Just checking.
And for the record, Olympic skiers can reach speeds over 80 miles per hour.
Wow. Well, as we covered in luge, that's nothing. How fast did luge go? I don't remember.
I think it was slower.
Never mind.
I think luge
Take
was
that,
like
losers.
60 miles per hour. Luge
It's a dumb
speeds.
sport anyway, right?
Fastest luge, 90 miles per hour.
Take that, skiers!
Yeah,
Ha!
take that, skiers. All right. But if you want to just ski recreationally, it's really fun. You just go to search up U.S. ski slopes if you're in the U.S. or ski slopes near you wherever you are in the world. Generally, most ski slopes have ratings. So, like, the green circle universally is like the beginner slope. It usually has a slope of about 6 to 26% grade. There's no brush, no rocks, no tree limbs. Blue squares, which are my favorite, are more difficult with slope grades 25 to 40%, but they're clear. We call these groomers. They're designed for you to be able to go fast without running into dangerous obstacles like brush, rocks, trees. Those are out of there as well.
I feel like they should pick a better name.
Other than blue square?
No, groomers.
Oh, yeah. It's a groomed slope. Oh my God, the realization.
I feel like that's fair for you to have that reaction. You're still innocent-minded. You wouldn't even think of that. So,
Oh
that's
my God.
Good. That's good.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have black diamonds, which are difficult. Those are the ones you want to be an advanced skier on.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they're steep grades of over 40%. Mm-hmm. And they may not have had rocks, trees, branches, and stuff removed.
Okay.
Then you have your double black diamond, which is even higher than that. You better know what you're doing or you could die.
Okay, well, that's fun, yeah.
And then there's backcountry skiing, which my brother does. And
has anyone ever died from skiing?
Yes.
How many?
How many skiers have died?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone who would ski eventually dies, so I don't know if that got specified. Die skiing.
There were 27 deaths in 2012 to 2013.
Wow.
Which is 0.47 fatalities per million.
Wow.
Rising to 39 deaths in 2015 to 2016, which ended up being 0.74 fatalities per million.
Ooh.
In 2018 to 2019, there were 42 deaths. 2019 to 2020, there were 57 deaths.
When you say per million, it just makes it seem so much worse. Like, I know it's bad. Any death is bad, but it's like, when you say so many deaths per million, it just seems like, really? That seems pretty severe.
Well, you got to do the percentages of the amount of people that went skiing, So that's why they do per million, per the amount of people that had skied that year per records and whatnot.
All right, fair enough. Just makes it seem like, I don't know, if people are listening to this, they might not want to go skiing after this.
These are the people that probably did backcountry or did the diamonds and stuff like that, where you can run into issues of avalanche zones and stuff like that, as opposed to on ski slopes.
Yes.
It's all about learning. If you're smart and you know what you're doing and you play it right and you participate properly and pay attention to the world around you, nature, other skiers, stuff like that, you eliminate that. There's a rule in skiing, because I learned to ski when I was 3 years old, Mark.
3 years old.
In Breckenridge, Colorado, I learned to ski.
Wow. Look at this guy. Look at these brags.
The reason I love skiing.
Look at the brags on these guys.
The reason I love skiing is it's a big reason why my mom and my dad met and ended up getting married.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. Okay, everyone, stop making fun of him. That's
So-
a valid reason.
my mom and my dad met through their friend Marla, and she met both of them. My dad used to work with her, and she had met my mom through something else. I don't know if it was school or something.
Okay.
She knew both of them and said they should meet because you both enjoy skiing. And so that was a big reason why they started meeting. And it was a huge part of their relationship before, like, me and my brother were born. So when me and my brother were born, we got brought up going skiing because it was a huge part of their life of something they both really enjoyed. And so we took family ski trips when we could. And, Perfect North was close by. We'd meet up with my cousins, go to Colorado and stuff. And it was just a fun time. And there's a rule in skiing that my parents taught me. And it's like, when you feel like you could do one more run, that's when you stop. You don't do that one more, because that's when you get hurt.
That's what they say. That's what made me learn to actually enjoy running. They say the running coach thing app that I had was like, run as if you could run faster, as if you could run a lot faster. And that's where you run. And then I went like, I'm running really slow. But then I ran for 30 minutes and I was like, that was nice. And I enjoyed it.
Nice.
And I didn't die.
Well, this is how you ski, Mark.
Oh, I thought we taught. Did we not cover that?
We didn't talk about the how to ski. So if you're racing, you place your poles in front of you at the starting wand. You make sure they're stuck in there, but enough to where they're not going to get stuck when you push forward. They need to be able to pull it out.
Okay.
Your weight should be back over your feet. Get ready. The starting line is counting down. Move your feet close together to the start wand to begin to straighten up.
Okay.
You swing back and forth to try and time it as the buzzer's about to count down to the go method. So you're getting momentum. Slide forward, slide back, slide forward, slide back, and launch. It's go time. You'll want to leave the crouch position and start skating like figure skates. You push out, digging in the edge of your skis to build speed while you're pulling forward with your poles. Then you'll want to move to have your skis parallel. You're heading down. You want to gain speed. You'll get into the crouch position so that you're more aerodynamic. As you get to each gate, this is downhill skiing. The gates are little poles with flags on, like a flag cross them. You want to get close to them. You got to go around certain sides of them to weave down the mountain. To steer, you want to turn. You lean and carve into the outside edge of the ski in the direction you want to go on, and the inside on the other one, and you push.
Okay.
So you're turning, carving into the snow, using the snow like a rudder.
Okay. I'm following.
All right. So it's like leaning. And the easy way to get an easy pivot turn is you plant that pole on that side, help drive and dig in that turn so you can turn sharper. This is a huge method used in mogul races in particular. So you lean. Now you have the stopping method. So if you need to slow down, this is the pizza stop, is the one the little kids use. It's like making a snow plow. You basically point your knees towards each other and press outwards, digging in the inside part of your skis.
Right.
But much like you do in turning, the carving part, it's the hockey stop. This is the most effective stop. You have to whip your hips around and you dig in on the outside of the ski and just stop sideways. It's also how you used to spray people with snow.
Okay, of course. That's a priority.
And then the fastest way to stop, but is not recommended, is just to simply crash or bail. But the reason why crash is listed on here, and this is a very important part of skiing.
Okay.
If you feel like you're going to go over, you go over. You bail. Because that's how you get hurt, is by trying to fight the fall.
Oh, I thought you were talking like a cliff.
No,
that's bad advice.
Not a cliff.
Be right?
Like, if you're going down a slope and you feel like you're going to fall down, it's better to fall down than it is to fight it and end up contorting your knee or twisting something up.
See, that's different than what I heard.
No, you don't go off a cliff.
That's what it sounded
hurt
like.
yourself.
I was like,
hurt yourself so you don't go off cliff. Very important.
I was about to say, look, I know that we're making all this sport knowledge up off the top of our heads. We're king improvisers of sport, pretending like we know what we're doing. I was about to say, that probably is bad advice for all those people that are going to rush out and ski.
No,
of course not.
So, go and stop are important. Steering and carving is huge.
Go and stop. That's our other podcast.
Stop my bad not fan team.
Exactly. That's it.
But in downhill races, each athlete only gets one run to achieve the fastest time. They do not get a practice run. Only one skier is on the course at one time.
Okay.
And they are timed from the moment they go through the start gate wand until they cross the finish line.
Okay.
So it's like an indicator that marks when you cross that line, and then it's go as fast as you can, get down. There are penalties if you miss the gate, you go on the wrong side, and things like that can happen. Again, 80 miles per hour, you literally have a helmet on and a skin-tight suit. You can get torn up if you go down. Some of these surfaces are very, very smooth. Some can get icy. Judging the terrain and knowing the terrain and the weather is huge for knowing your ski slope. Because if it's sunny out, the surface of the snow will melt and it'll be more heavy snow. So you'll be able to dig in a little bit better. But if it was sunny and it was melty and it's a little bit warmer and it's the night, during night it gets colder, you'll get a layer of ice on top, which will make it slicker. You could skid out. So you can't necessarily go as fast. Otherwise, you'll lose control and slide out.
Okay.
And then if it's fresh powder, that's what skiers love.
That's the good shit.
That's the good stuff, you know. It's powdery. It's good for you.
What?
I don't know.
Who are
Don't-
you? It's good for you.
Yes.
It's
yes.
the fresh powder.
If you've seen my TikTok, that's fresh powder for you. Anyway.
What? You heard it here first. Tyler's blowing cocaine on his TikTok. Run now before it gets taken down. He's got the freshest powder. The cleanest powder.
Anyway, to win in the sport of skiing, it's all based on time. So the fastest one to the bottom to cross the finish line can be determined by hundredths of a second. Margin of error is minuscule. It's all about speed. It's all about turn. It's all about path and technique. And that's how you win at skiing.
That's it?
But skiing is also not just for racing.
Uh-oh.
You can do it recreationally. You can do it for fun. You can do different events like cross country for travel and traversing.
I
You
can?
you can.
Wow.
You can also do freestyle skiing where you do tricks and cool stuff like that and do half pipe. My brother has done that too, and he broke his heel. So do it with caution, be smart, know what you're doing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love skiing. I grew up with it, been around it my whole life. I haven't skied in years since my knee surgeries, but I want to get back to it.
Okay. Well, it'll never happen again.
Oh, that's sad. How could you do
It'll
this
happen.
to me?
It'll happen whenever you make it happen.
You want to know what's really fun, though, about skiing?
What's up?
It's more accessible than people think. Everybody thinks that skiing is only done on snow. You can go and ski on sand. You can ski on grass. If you have a slope big enough, there are devices nowadays, skis that are designed for being used on those different surfaces. And there are actual indoor training facilities that a lot of Olympic athletes use that do skiing basically when there's no snow around, when it's not ski season, when snow's not on the ground, when the mountains aren't primed for, the slopes.
Okay.
There are places you can go to ski on different surfaces indoors, and it's really interesting. And then there's water skiing, which we didn't even talk about because that wasn't the focus of this, but water skiing is also a sport.
That's true.
And you're pulled by a boat. There's actually paraskiing too, where you're pulled by, or kite skiing. There's like so many variants of skiing where you can just have something pull you. Skijoring is a sport where you're pulled by a horse.
I don't know if that's a fun one.
My brother did it. He actually won his first competition.
What has your brother not done?
That's a good question. My
Just
brother's
like every
wild.
episode, you're like, my brother did this weird, obscure thing that was only done in 3000 BC. Oh, he's done it. He's done it all.
Hey, if my brother finds something fascinating, he definitely tries it out at least once, which is really aspiring.
You know what I do for fun? I look up new hard drive specs because that's my life right now.
Wait, really? Is you still having issues with the drives?
No, I'm not, but I'm trying to stay on the lookout for future developments. They're on the way with a 61 terabyte SSD. Let me tell you, this thing they can't even make hard drives that big. They already passed because there's a 32 terabyte SSD, 31, actually 30.72 actually is what it really is.
Why aren't they at round numbers?
Because there's a difference between the number of bits that are there and the actual usable number of bytes. So it's like, that's
Mark, would you wanna go skiing sometime? There's skiing in
God,
California.
no!
What?
Well, did you hear all the people that died? Every person that's ever skied died. That's what I
I'm
remember.
right here.
That's what I remember.
Are you saying I'm actually dead? And that the audience was right when I disappeared from your channel? I actually died.
Wait.
People legitimately thought I died.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah. Oh, that's because I went. Miss you. There was like, I must be
The one,
dead.
like, minor thing. Like,
Rip.
I guess Mark really didn't care about me, guys.
No, I went. Miss you, big guy. Why? If I didn't care, why would I say that? Why would I say that? Come on, think. Think. Well, you can't think because you're an AI model that I've built. And so am I.
You'll never know the truth. We already said at the beginning that this whole thing is a lie.
Yeah, that's it.
But anyway, that's the skiing overview. I'm sure the person who accused me is going to yell at me about how not thorough this was, but I don't care.
That was very thorough. What more do they want? It's a primer. See, the thing about a primer is it's not a full college course on the thing. It's just a getty starty.
Yeah, it gets you an introduction. Mm-hmm. But skiing did come before snowboarding. Just to be clear.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Okay.
The one board thing were sleds. But anyway, thanks for listening and watching this episode. Hopefully you were watching it because video is always great. Do that on Spotify if you haven't already. But you can check out our merch, store.gmfst.com. You know, if we sell enough of it, we can get new stuff.
That sounds pretty cool.
Anything you want to add, Mark?
Not even a little bit.
All right. Well, check us out on socials. You know where Mark is, Markiplier. I'm Tyler Scheid or Apocalypto_12 most places. But yeah, we'll see you in whatever the next episode is, or whenever that is. Who knows anymore? We could die on the ski slope.
Keep those jacuzzis flowing. See what happened when someone made a good enough jacuzzi. We made an entire episode about them. Shout out to you, whatever the hell your name was. We don't remember.
Will, insert their name if you can do so easily.
I don't think Will will even be able to find out.
All right, well, bye.
Bye.
Skiing, like always,
Hey, this is Chris Pine.
is as boring as I thought. But hopefully you guys get a kick out of it. Yeah, I have nothing more to say except skiing is boring and it's for the rich, and no one else can do it but the rich. I'll see you guys next time. This has been M.A.D.D.Y. I just don't like skiing. I just don't like skiing. I like playing with the snow. I just don't like going down the snow because it's